sloppy errors, dodgy defending. I've been unconvinced by our other defenders in defending more physical strikers.
And he should be in contention for Barça Napoli in his Champions League debut.
I think we'd get battered. What's up, coolers, and welcome back to Barça Dream Team, and we're back again. It's been a while, this time to discuss the Champions League draw yesterday as we faced Napoli in the round of 16. What can we expect from these two matches after terrible Barça performances in recent weeks? We're discussing it all here today. We've got a lot to cover in today's video, guys, so let's get started.
So after losing to Royal Antwerp last week, we just about topped our Champions League group, meaning we were in pot one of the draw. So that meant no Manchester City, no Arsenal, no Dortmund, and thankfully no Bayern for us either, because the team we're set to face in the round of 16 is Napoli. And it's not the easiest fixture, but I think it could have definitely been more difficult. This should be a really nice game to see whether we can compete on the biggest stage. Because, of course, Napoli have players who can cause us many problems, mainly as Kvaratskhelia and Victor Osimhen, the two men leading their attack. So this is going to be a real challenge for us because, guys, they are two of the best attackers in Europe at the moment. But recently we have enjoyed success against Napoli. The 4-2 in the Europa League in our last meeting was an emphatic performance during a period when we were putting 4 goals past most teams we played. Frenkie de Jong scored an amazing curler, and Aubameyang, what a player. This was at a time when he was finishing every chance he got.
But flash forward nearly 2 years later and we're in a really bad moment and we're really struggling against everyone we play. Since El Clasico, Barca's record has been pretty bad against teams we should really expect to be beating, and the season in general has been really poor, with the only good performances being the 2 5-0s and the 1-0 win at home to Atleti. We've only managed to win by more than a 1-goal margin 3 times this season, and our finishing has been really poor. And it's not even like we're not creating chances. Xavi said himself that we're the worst team in Europe in terms of finishing. So understandably, Xavi's been feeling the pressure in recent weeks when the performances just have not been at the standard we've been expecting. At times, we've failed to match the intensity of the opposition, whether that's Porto or Shakhtar or even Alaves. We've looked vulnerable in defence, which is in complete contrast to last season, and we keep making stupid mistakes in the first 2 minutes. These players should not be conceding goal-scoring opportunities so early in the match, yet it's been something we've become used to seeing. We've seen sloppy errors, dodgy defending, and repeat offenders given chances in the lineup, and it's almost as though we can't start a game well unless we concede a goal first. We have to concede to wake ourselves up and start creating chances. And questions have to be asked of the finishing. We've looked awful at times in front of goal. Moves broken down and half chances wasted by poor finishing at crucial stages of a match. And the tactics haven't helped either. One of my lowest points of the season was seeing Balde and Cancelo practically play the exact same position out at left back at the same time. So with that being said, we're still seeing and have been seeing these same mistakes and problems every single week, and this is a very real problem ahead of facing Napoli, because right now it hurts to say, but if we came up against a top side, I think we'd get battered. And it's really no surprise that playing in the way we have has been damaging in our attempt to retain the LaLiga title. We're currently 3rd and 7th place Betis are closer to us than we are to Girona. But when you look at our opponents, Napoli, it's been a similar story. They've had problems too, a change in manager, and they're currently 5th in Serie A. It's worth noting that they have been playing well since appointing their current manager, though. They've been playing toe-to-toe with Real Madrid in their group stage matches. In both games, they've held a 2-2 draw up until the 80th minute, before losing out. So I'm worried about our defence, really. Where will Ronald Araujo play? Will he mark Osimhen? Will he mark Kvaratskhelia? Because I've been unconvinced by our other defenders in defending more physical strikers. Araujo, for me, still remains a level above our other centre-backs. And that's partly been due to a defensive shake-up this season. We lack the continuity we had last season. We've had injuries to Mark, Koundé, Araujo, Inigo and Christensen. Koundé and Araujo Araujo have been playing all over the place at the back. Christensen seemed to have lost his place to Inigo, but he's back after Inigo suffered another injury. And Balde's basically been frozen out since the arrival of Joao Cancelo.
But with all that being said, what can we realistically hope to get out of these two difficult round of 16 battles? Well, I think we're very lucky in that the first match is in February. It's not tomorrow, it's not next week, it's not next month, it's February. So that helps us in a number of ways. Xavi's got the time to lift the players back up. We thought we turned a corner against Atletico and, we were feeling really good. But a week later, we lost to Girona and now we've been brought back down to earth. And that's football. That's how quickly things change. So a couple of wins would be a major boost for us. So if our form improves, I think we have the quality to get past Napoli. Also, Marc-Andre ter Stegen is likely to be back in goal for us. It's been a tough spell for Iñaki and he's shown some bright sparks, but he's been quite variable in goal for us, and Marc would be a massive boost in helping our defence. The loss of Gavi has really been felt in midfield. Frenkie, Gavi and Gundo have been solid, but we saw against Antwerp that we become completely vulnerable if any of the three need rotating. So it's great to hear Laporta announce that we will be covering our backs with another addition in midfield if we can stay within La Liga's FFP rules. Now, who that could be is still up for debate. But we cannot forget about another January addition, Vitor Roque. He's already played his last game for Atletico Paranaense, and he should be in contention for Barça Napoli in his Champions League debut. And he could add much needed pressure to Robert Lewandowski, and it's clear to see he's been lacking competition and rest this season.
So overall, I think we have a solid chance against Napoli and to get further in the Champions League. We're going through a tough period at the minute, but I'd rather have struggled now than later because we have the time to improve before two crucial matches. But as always, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Like I said, we thought the win against Atletico would be the one to spark a comeback in our season, but that's football. There are still plenty of games to play, plenty of points to be won, and hopefully we can get back to winning ways against Almeria. But the breaking news is that unfortunately Pedri will be unavailable for that one following a small knock in training. Hopefully he can be back in time to head to the USA with the squad. Then we'll have the Christmas break before kicking off 2024 with a match against Pedri's former side Las Palmas. But until then, Happy New Year to all culés watching around the world. Thanks for supporting the channel in 2023 and we'll see you next year.
So if you like this video, guys, and you want to stay up to date with Xavi's Barça Dream Team, make sure to hit that notification bell, subscribe to BDT, and we'll see you next time. Visca el Barça!